Next up on Nick at Night, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. Then two random shows that Nick at Night just happens to get the last minute. That's all coming up right now on Nick at Night. Yes.
Folks, before you watch the entirety of tonight's program, I just want to say this, alright? You know, Super Freddy Gamer, Angel Dragon, and the Wolf Lair, have decided to quit Weeknight Update. They have decided to quit. And we're going to move forward and all of that, but what you're going to see from the Wolf Lair after the show is over with the ending experiments will be the last time that you will see him on the show, as well as the last time that you'll see Angel and Super Freddy Gamer. All right, we're going to take care of that tonight, and then after that, that'll be it. Angel's theme song for the show will continue to play, but other than that, that's practically it. So I just want to let you know that, and let's just keep moving forward. Let's start the show.
Welcome to Weeknight Update. I'm Ellie Gardner, your Democrat's office. Tonight's Shoutout Spotlight winners are Specs Fire Kevin the Span X, Now 59's Vigilante videos, My Own Gathered This Scene covers, Rebecca K. Neta / Swag and Vortex 133VA Studios with voice acting and things like that. Plumage 2 exclamation mark with all things game shows and things like that. Now, you probably noticed in the description that Angel Dragon, Indoor 16, Super Freddy Gamer, and the Wolf Lair are featured in the description. Alright, well, you know what? They have done their actually, how do I say this delicately? They just did their final portions of this program. And because we don't want to waste them, we're going to use them on the show tonight. We're going to use them on the show tonight, and then, after that, they're basically done with the week update. I'm sorry, but, they made their decision, and I can't get them to change their minds. So we're just going to move forward, and we're going to talk about what's up. Tonight we're going to find out what's up with shoes. They are very important. That's the reason why my production company is called Casting Shoes. Anyway, Jennifer Lopez has a line of shoes that are useful and comfy. Cool. Buy them. Alright, because nobody wants to go to a sophisticated place or whatever, and then their legs start to hurt, or their feet begin to hurt. Anyway, Cyberpunk 2077, a popular video game, and Adidas, a popular shoe company, they're both getting in on the act as well. Now, they teamed up to make a bunch of shoes. Now, they're only out for a short time in Canada. I see. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you this right now. I don't care. What I do care about is this, right? Here's a message from our shoes, or my shoes, whatever. Here we go.
And now we present to you a message from our shoes, or my shoes. So we finally got a week dedicated to ourselves, huh? Yeah, looks like it. Wow. If I knew that we were going to be big stars, I would have asked for an actual contract. Me too.
So clever. I mean, seriously. You can't get any smarter than that, huh? Whew. That is clearly something. Well, it's time for MP and his top 8 list. I mean, our top 8 list, whatever. Let's go. Alright, what's the category, MP? Tonight's category, top 8 things that will never be turned to shoes. Number 8, mud. Number 7, eggs. Number 6, armpits. Number 5, tree barks. Number 4, tree sap. Number 3, a computer. Number 2, a TV set. And number 1, a radio. Wait, who brought this list anyway? MP, thank you very much. Sorry about that, but you know how everything works, right? Anyway, you got these commercials coming at you right now, and we'll be right back. This is still your Weeknight update, and here it is, your Bomb Night.
Did you wash the dishes? Oh yeah! Did you read my story?
Totally!
Did you want the rest of my food?
Yes, I would like that.
If television sets could talk, then they would tell us the shows they like to play. They all agree for viewing tonight. They'd rather be tuned to Nick at Night.
So you're going to be shopping for carpeting soon, huh? Well, let me tell you what you can expect. You can expect high prices for one thing. But Empire still has 100% nylon pile carpeting from $6.95. And with others, you can expect to be charged a lot extra for padding and installation. But not at Empire. Empire includes polyfoam padding and professional installation. And with others, you can expect to wait weeks, maybe months, to get your carpet delivered and installed. Sure. But Empire has the carpeting you want in stock, so you can have it in days. And when you call 588-2300, who comes right out to your house with samples? Empire. Right, and who gives you credit terms with no installment payment for 60 days? Empire. Of course, and who gives you a Bissell rug shampooer absolutely free with 2 rooms or more? Empire. You can bet on it. So call Empire, the Carpet King.
588-2300 Empire.
Edward, Scott, and the boys. Welcome back to the show. Ed, how you doing? I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Well, I'm a little nervous. Why? Well, because we thought that we would have everything situated, for this program in terms of sketches and things like that. But unfortunately, due to things that to be quite honest, are out of our control, we can't really have a professional sketch right now. We'll figure something out soon, but in the meantime, because you have been so patient with us, and because we don't want to let any of you down, we have decided to make this backup sketch. And don't worry, Rebecca Cadenette will, aka Miss Becky, will appear at the end of the show as a musical guest prior to the ending experiments. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the backup sketch. Please
Folks,
enjoy.
listen. I know that you're expecting a huge sketch tonight. You know, and to be quite honest with you, so was I. But there had been some huge problems behind the scenes, and you know, our new editor at the time, the Wolf Lair, aka Sean, you know, said he was too overwhelmed to edit the sketch for this week or sketches, any of the sketches that will come up in the future. But we already got some of the people on board already, you know, and so because of that, you know, I'm going to show you the things that you would have seen if, and I do mean if, we had everything together. Alright? So, here we go.
Shoes are important parts of our lives, but some people are so obsessed with those. What does that mean? That's right, let's do it. That was an odd problem. What about game shows? Yeah, I'm a game show buff. Yes, yes it is.
1. Never let Jennifer Lopez make expensive shoes because she's going to use all of the money. 2. If Adidas names another pair of shoes and the shoes are named after a video game, then ask questions about it on social media. It's just a friendly message from all your friends at the Random Report, Weeknight Update, and Nick at Night. Well, she is working with the DSW people, and those people want to live like kings and queens. Anyways, those stories should teach us 2 important things.
It's time for The More You Know. Wait, Adidas is releasing Cyberpunk 2077 shoes soon. That story will take us all the way to the moon. Shoes named after a video game? That seems a bit low. Why can't someone name shoes after the show? Well, what are the lessons, Greg? Exactly. Nobody should name shoes after a video game. Anyway, if you must sell shoes, then please do it responsibly. The more you know, the better.
This has been a Casting Shoe production.
Nick at Night, the video magician. Nick at Night,
The choice is in your hand.
Nick at Night.
It's better television.
You'll have to join the folks in TV land.
That was pretty good, wasn't it? And by the way, big shout out to Babyland Creation for making the music for the sketches. You know what? That's not an easy thing to do, and you know, and he does that pretty well. Well, he's not physically on the show anymore, but I gotta give him a shout out because you know he needs all the love that he can get. All right, and now I believe it's time to have some talking time, huh? All right, let's go.
Let's talk about it.
All right, 1808 BBC. Before your common era, all the chickens and lickens came together and they did this particular song. All right, to begin talking time. They do it every day at 8:08 and 8:04 in the AM, PM, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, all times of the day, yada yada yada. It's called talking time, English friends, favorite, talking time. You only give that. All right, let's go now. As you know, we're talking about shoes, and last year Jennifer Lopez had this huge deal with shoe retailer DSW, which launched a new collection of footwear inspired by Jennifer Lopez. It was in over 500 stores online and nationwide. With a lot of glamour, sparkling pumps, rhinestone embellished stilettos, with sky high heels and so many other things, right? You know, what people thought, oh, this was pretty good, right? But then, because of what's been happening lately, DSW had to shut down all of its stores in the United States. And a launch event that was planned at a store location in New York City had to be scrapped completely. So, in other words, if you are going to plan something with shoes, then don't plan anything with Jennifer Lopez. I'm serious. Meanwhile, Jennifer Lopez still wants to sell shoes, but this time she wants to sell comfy sneakers, which is a much better idea, but that'll probably be backlash and things like that. So everybody went back to the drawing board to reimagine and accelerate the design timeline for a collection for the fall and spring of 2021. With more comfort. Good idea, but you really think that it's going to be worth anything? I mean, seriously. There'll probably never be a demand for dressy shoes ever again. And even if there were, and even if classy shoes or dressy shoes do make huge comebacks, it's very unlikely that it's going to happen within the next 2 or 3 years. The next 15 years, maybe. So in the meantime, continue to wear comfy shoes. In the meantime, and also, you remember that game Cyberpunk 2077? Well, you might be shocked to know that they recently teamed up with Adidas, to make limited edition shoes, which I can't believe that they would actually make that. Here's the thing though, alright? They were only available in China. They were released in China on November 11th. And they cost roughly $250. Can you imagine going to, excuse me, can you imagine going to a store right now and you saw those shoes, and you see those shoes and you want to buy them, but they're too expensive? Yeah, that's exactly what those shoes are, pretty much. I mean, it makes no sense. And on top of that, they even got the Cyberpunk 2077 smartphone. I mean, really? Excuse me. That was launched way before, the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. So it makes me think, hey, wait a minute. That does not sound right at all. That does not seem right at all. But then again, you got a video game and you got a shoe company. Those people can do what they want to do, alright? Those companies can do what they want to do, alright? Well, that is it for another episode of Weeknight Update. I thank you so much for being here. My thanks to everybody who was involved in this episode. Stay tuned for the NDA experiments coming up right after a special performance from our very own Miss Becky. Alright. Please enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. That's the news. I'm out, skis. Farewell, bye, farewell. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our very own Miss Becky, with Always Friends. Here we go.
We didn't want to say goodbye to each other, so we tried in our hearts to find the way that we wouldn't have to close the door on each other. We were sure in our hearts that we should stay. We really do belong the team, and we had a simple dream that we wouldn't have to break apart. And so, even as the music ends, we remain just like the start, always friends. I never wanna say goodbye to a friend, I don't know why. Other people think it's fine to say, guess we'll call it all the day. No, we won't let that be us. There's so much of you that's mine. So, seems like we're meant to be, and I guess the world can see nothing can be done to change his heart. And so, even as the music ends, we remain just like the start, always friends. Always friends. Always friends.
What you're about to see will be random, goofy, insane, and just plain nuts. So viewer discretion and viewer encouragement are both highly advised.
You know your weekend wouldn't be complete without them. It's time for the ending experiments.
It's time once again for the Wolf's Howling Corner. Let's see what's going on now.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the Wolf's Howling Corner. You guys, we're talking about shoes today, and if you guys don't know, and most of you guys probably don't know, but I'm bisexual, and when we're talking about shoes, I love shoes. These are actually, sadly, turning into my work shoes, but these are actually one of my newest shoes to the collection. Of course, Converse, really nice gray. I actually bought them with buddy. We ended up getting matching shoes, which was really fun to do, but sadly these have turned into my work shoes. I have so many shoes, from, of course, very low footed to more of a actual like walking working shoe, which is what I actually am supposed to be working in. These are some Skechers with memory foam, absolutely awesome. I of course have a few $100s worth of cowboy boots that I rock every now and then for special occasions and all that stuff. I honestly really like shoes, and I am going to be collecting a lot more here soon. So it's always a fun thing, but gotta make sure you have the budget for them, because in all honesty, these shoes, the Converse, they are expensive shoes. I might have went overboard with getting these when I did. I busted my bank a little bit. They actually called me, or they gave me a little text saying, hey, you had a really big deposit taken out, or like a really big purchase. Well, what's going on? And I'm like, I bought shoes. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. So that was really fun. But yeah, guys, shoes, I could go on for hours. Sadly, I'm not allowed to. So you guys, if you want to get shoes, and if you are looking for getting shoes, make sure to go to a doctor or a foot specialist. I know that's really weird to hear, but there are people. Dr. Scholl's has a machine that will tell you what kind of like insoles that you need for your shoes. Make sure that you get shoes that are comfy, because in all honesty, if you do not wear shoes, especially if you have an arch to your foot, if you get a shoe like my Converse that are really flat-footed instead of something that has a little bit of an arch support. You can see it right here. It can actually really damage your back. So always make sure to get, if you're not sure about your foot and how it is planted per se, if you're not sure if you have a large arc, a smaller arch, or even a flat foot like mine, always make sure to get your doctors involved, because in all honesty, if you have a happy foot, then you will have a happy back, happy spine, and all of that, and you will be healthier down the line. So, you guys, I'm going to call that here. Enjoy the rest of the video.
We are the Brushes, and we have some breaking news. Apparently, people seem to love our program about shoes. Yes, so that means that next week, Nick at Night might want us to do programs about socks. Really? That's what I heard. Is this real news? No. Okay, moving on. You know what, folks? Shoes are cool. But I'll tell you something. You know, if you have a game that is pretty weird, teaming up with Adidas to make a certain type of shoe that will only be available to people in China and not the rest of the world, only for a limited time, then I guess you should just stick to your average everyday shoes from now on. Come on now. An important thing that we should all remember from this episode of Weeknight Update is, you know, while shoes are important, sometimes you have to be extremely careful with those shoes. Because, let's be honest, one false move and you'll end up getting shoes that you really don't need. Especially if those shoes came from Jennifer Lopez or Cyberpunk 2077 with a dash of Adidas. Alright? So, keep that in mind. Alright? Well, I think that we've gone over that. You folks have a good weekend and enjoy this musical performance time. We'll see you back here again on Monday.
And now, jazzing your stress away, it's the musical performance time.
To honor Mr. Fred Rogers and his now departed wife, Joanne Rogers, actually both of them passed away, the latter passed away fairly recently. But anyway, in honor of them, I present to you this classic Mr. Rogers neighborhood song, right now during your musical performance time segment. Here we go.